All right. What I'm going to demonstrate next is bulk duplicator. And I thought, what better way to demo this than to use the images that I'm generating or creating for the manual. So I'm going to click on bulk duplicator, and I'm going to choose files. So in this example, okay, so it's only going to take JPEGs, so I need to convert these. So let me pause this, and I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm going to show you right now is one of my favorite tools. This runs on a Mac, but it's called Photo Bulk. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these images, and sometimes I use this tool for resizing, but typically I'm going to use Image Designer for that. But so what I want to do is these images, I'm actually going to resize, and I'm going to bring them down to say 900 pixels. And then what I want to do is I want to format on the export, and I want to change these to JPEGs, and I want a quality setting of 80, which means I'm doing about 20% compression on the images, so they'll end up a little bit smaller than the PNG files that were generated, and we can actually check those. So I'm going to hit start, and it's just going to drop it back in here to my original folder, and so it's done. 8 images processed. I'm going to close this. I can add watermarks. So this is what I use this tool for. Sometimes I'll add a watermark. I'll strip out metadata, rename. I'm going to close that out. And then so we'll come over here. So you can see these. Well, actually, we'll look at these. So original, 190 kilobytes. Processed, 51 kilobytes. So I'll just leave that there for now. So I'm going to choose files. I'm going to come over here, and here's our JPEGs. And so I'm just going to hold down Shift, grab all of those, open, and I'm going to go to next. And let's see. Thought or hoped I had one here for. All right, we're just going to do this from scratch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this so you don't have to sit through it, but I'm just going to fill this out, and then I'll come back in between each step change. All right, so what I've done, I'm just going to call this Metadata Factory User Manual. Drop my name in there as the author, copyrighted work, image copyright info URL. So I'm going to put in the URL for Metadata Factory image credit. We're just going to call it Metadata Factory User Manual. Image keywords, metadata tools with metadata as 2 separate words, single word, image metadata editor, video metadata editor, and PDF metadata editor. And I'm going to go to next. I'm going to pause, and then I'll be back. All right, so I've gone through and filled out fields. I could have put spin text in, didn't want to do that for this exercise. Again, what I want to do, or my goal, everybody's goals are going to be a little bit different. In this case, I just want to have some basic metadata in these images so that they identify, right, with the entity of Metadata Factory, right? So Metadata Factory User Manual, and then down here for the image job name, I've got metadata as 2 separate words. So Metadata Factory User Manual, image source, I've got the URL, image urgency set to high, you can experiment with that, image category, metadata tools, date, I've got Dallas, Texas, and so I'm going to go to step 4, and then I'll be back. All right, so I'm on step 4, image copyright notice. I only put URLs here because this field can't take a lot of characters. I don't know what my character count is here, But I actually used ChatGPT to do the introduction for the user manual. So I pasted that in here. Supplemental categories, video metadata, image metadata, PDF metadata. And then up here on the image headline, I thought this was a good place to do like a brief introduction to spin tags. So I've got curly brackets, metadata as one word, and then metadata as two words. Factory, that won't change. And then I can spin between user and instructional, manual, guide, book. So we'll get to see that or look at that after I process the images. Image instructions, I just took the first paragraph that I generated in ChatGPT, and actually what I think I'll do is I'll say rewrite the first paragraph in a scientific tone. And we'll come back up here. And that easy. So I could spin all of this. I don't feel any need to. Again, my goal is just to have some metadata in the images while I'm building out this this manual that will get turned into a PDF document. So I'm going to go to step 5. I'm going to save it as a template, and I'll just call it metadata 1. Download, and I'll just do the same thing, and finish. Boom. And then get my finder, come over here, and it was right here. So let me pull this out. So you can see we've got metadata factory user manual 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so these are all different, but they've got metadata in them. So I'm going to get these loaded into the document, and that will conclude this demo for using bulk duplicator functionality.